Philip, good to see you. Thanks for making a bit of time to come and have a chat with me. I know you've got lots going on, so I appreciate you making a bit of space in your diary for me. I wanted to start the interview by picking up on something that we talked about a few weeks back. And because it's stuck in my mind, you said to me, and I made a note of it. That was how interesting it was. You said to me,
Huh.
to live better, you need to change your shopping habits, which is actually really obvious, but it hadn't dawned on me. So tell us why that. I mean, why did you say that, and why is that relevant to you and your business and what you're trying to do?
Okay. Well, first of all, Paul, hi. It's really great to see you. I'm really excited for this interview. It's been quite some time since I gave one. Yeah, let's talk about this, Tonic. Let's talk about your question first. So this thing you've mentioned is that, well, before changing your eating habits, your health habits, you need to fix your shopping habits. And as I'm saying it, it sounds obvious and kind of like a no-brainer, yeah? Like,
Yeah,
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 you should do it. But usually what we get in the media and as a kind of advice is like go on a diet, like fix something that just change what you eat. But the first battle starts as you enter Tesco's or as you enter your supermarket. Um, it's easy to say don't buy any unhealthy food. It's really easy to just be like yeah, and but you should really it's not that easy because sometimes you're buying food not only for yourself. Sometimes there is this pressure of something being really new or being at a great price, and we believe that this gets omitted by many people who want to either lose weight or just live healthier. That this moment of going into supermarket is also something you should work on. And actually, we're trying to build a shopping tool that's gonna save you not only time and money, but also, as you've mentioned, that it's likely to make your life that little bit healthier.
yeah. So tell us about what your tech does then. I mean, let's say I want to eat a bit healthier, which is probably a good thing. How would your tool help me do that? I mean, I know we haven't got a huge amount of time here, but just give us a sort of brief, description of how why would I want to use it? Just explain how would it work?
Yeah. Let's do it. So the tool I've been building for the last 15 years, and that me and the whole team, we were able to grow it into a pretty much a leader in its category. It's called Listonic, and it's we are thinking about it that we want to build the world's best shopping tool. I mean, something that's gonna take the stress out of everyday grocery shopping. And to do that, we focus on that for you to live, to have this problem of grocery shopping somehow marginalized in your life. We need to save you some time, save you some money, but above all, save you friction. Save friction for any family that's shopping for groceries. So the the basic stuff that it does is at its very core that the DNA of our product is a shopping list. So, but it's both very simple to use
Mm.
and smart because it has a ton of smart features that will surprise you as you're using it. But people usually download this application to share their shopping list with family, to plan their shopping and be less spontaneous, to probably avoid impulse buys, and
Right.
above all, to don't not forget to buy something. And as I've mentioned, the families, this is the audience where we have found the most active users. So when we started this company, this project, we we thought it was very early on. It was well when iOS and Android was just launched. launched. So at first we thought that this is gonna be either for families, maybe for busy professionals, maybe for some friends and flatmates. But at the end of the day, 90% of our user base are families, because that's where
And
the
presumably,
problem of organizing your groceries is
yeah.
really
And,
important.
and presumably it sits on your phone, or can I, could I have it on everyone in the family's phone? I mean,
Yeah,
so that
it's
you can share the
okay.
link and stuff.
Application is free for anyone to use, and you can have it on any kind of phone. So it's on
Right.
Android, it's on iOS, it's also on the web. You can go
Right.
into app.listonic.com and manage it as through the browser. But our core audience lives on Android and iOS. Because we are actually the first company that was building shopping lists for those modern smartphones, and we were building it even for feature phones, for retro platforms like Windows Mobile, like Symbian, and so on. But at this moment, the technology landscape looks like that we have iOS, Android, and web, and these
And
are
if
the
I was
platforms that we
If I go, I mean, I
support.
use multiple supermarkets. So I might go into Waitrose, I might go into Sainsbury's, I might go into Tesco's. I mean, will it work the same way in each supermarket? I mean, is it connecting you to the products for sale in the supermarket? I mean, how does it work? I mean, what is it that your point you are you point your point was it reduces friction, it makes it easier for people. How does it do that? Does the tech connect it all up?
Um, to some extent, but we don't want to make you choose. So before you go to the shopping, we don't want you to fill any kind of forms and pick products from the
Right.
stock of Tesco's, because if you think about it, our core idea comes from writing something on a piece of paper. And
Yeah.
when you are trying to do shopping for your family, you don't have to, input the exact amount, the exact brand, and the exact, kind of a quantity of milk you're buying. You just add 2 liters of milk, and that's it. And so in Listonic, you can add it in any way you want, and it will automatically recognize the product category, even for the products we do not have in our database of products.
Right.
For example, you would add a Milka chocolate with a green tea flavor. I don't think that there is a chocolate like that,
I
but
hope not.
our application will understand that this is the chocolate, not this is chocolate, not tea,
Yeah.
even though we do not have it in our database. So first of all, anything you speak to the application, type to the application on, or pick from your previous purchases, gets added to the list, and then it's being organized in a way that store aisles work. So if I go shopping several times in the same store, it will learn the order in which I'm checking off my products,
Wow.
and that way it saves me time, because for example, I usually shop at Lidl, and then when I enter the store, I actually start with bakery, then there is frozen foods and so on, and my list is sorted in this type of way. And that's what I mean, that it has to be super easy for the user,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
in the background, it has to be smart enough so that you do not have to. It doesn't require your input, but it saves you time. So this is one way of how we are helping you. You've mentioned the different deals and different, best offers that every week are available in any type of store. So, okay, Listonic is a global app with a presence in pretty much every country on Earth. Our core audience is in US, in Poland, in Germany, and also most of the European countries. However, for us to integrate Listonic with a database of constantly changing daily offers, we have this feature available in Germany, in Poland for now, but we are expanding in countries. UK is not on our top three next countries list, but we're gonna get there. And this is another core feature for Listonic users. So when you have your shopping list in several countries, you can check which offers are matched with the products I actually intend to buy. And this is a part where you save your money. Not only that, but even going with a list is scientifically proven that it saves you money because you go through the store faster. There
Yeah.
is a
And
much
if you add healthy foods to your list, you're more likely to buy them rather than buy something else.
you're just more conscious about
Yeah.
what you have to buy. You may omit certain parts of the store because it's not on a list. You want to go through it faster instead of wandering and thinking about, oh, what should I buy then next? Am I forgetting something?
Yeah. And what made you, I mean, just take me back to the beginning. I mean, what is it that
Mm.
got you onto this journey? I mean, it's a bit of an odd career move to say, I've left school or university and now I want to build a company around a shopping list. I mean, that's an odd move. How did that, tell us how that came about.
Oh, you've touched upon something that has been a very tricky life story, at least from my perspective. Back when I was studying IT, I was studying IT in Poland and in UK in Coventry on a students exchange program with two friends of mine, Kamil and Piotrek. We founded this company. But back when we were studying computer science, our ambitions were more into tech. I mean, we would all think about one day I may become a software architect, maintaining some huge cloud infrastructure or something like that. And we ended up developing a fairly simple shopping list application. But then it turns out that I have a ton of passion for it, that I really love what I'm doing because this is the type of product that's actually changing people's lives for the better. Uh, it's not a simple product because I ultimately believe that it's not about the amount of technology you can put into a certain product or the amount of sophisticated features. It's about how the user resonates, how much he finds what you're doing um, helpful, and how much of it he can actually discover. So I've started off as a computer science, like normal programmer, and for the last several years, I've been mostly focused on growing company, on building the product, but not as a programmer, more like
Yeah.
product strategy and product design, and also on the product growth.
Yeah. Well,
So.
you just mentioned growth. Tell me where you're going with the product, the business, because I mean, I can see how you started. I can see what it does and why that is helpful to people. I mean, how do you see the future? I mean, where are you going with this? I mean, is it like a lot of tech people? It's global domination. I mean, give me a sense of the direction of travel.
Uh, we were able to get to a pretty nice place with the kind of a concept of a simple utility app for grocery shopping, where there is a list, there are certain tips, but we want to go way, way, way further than that. I believe that our like ultimate mission is to build the world's best shopping tool, meaning the one that's gonna save time, that's gonna save money, and that's gonna, at the end of the day, save a lot of hassle. We were able to grow this product into 30 million downloads. It's being used by around 10 million users every year. And by users, you can actually tell families because even if someone is using the grocery list, it's usually not only for one person. So it has a lot of impact. But we want to utilize the power of what AI revolution has been bringing to the people. So, well, actually, the feature that has been getting a lot of praise recently, but we have released it like mm, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it has been a lot of AI assistance through
Right.
every step of complete shopping journey. So before you shop, so when in the planning phase, while you're at the store during your shopping, and after you come back with all the stuff you've bought, So we've added a lot of features around that. It has been, for example, before you shop, you can you may look for inspiration. So you may ask Listonic like, give me a shopping list for Mediterranean diet or something like that, and it's gonna give you a lot of products you can pick from that are really well crafted for any kind of question you may ask the app. But what's really cool is that it knows your shopping habits, it knows your shopping history. So if you don't eat meat, it's not gonna use that. If you're very into, I don't know, nuts or some other type of product, it's gonna prioritize the stuff that you already buy.
Right.
Then when you are shopping, when you are in store, you can you can ask what's in season now. But this is the planning phase anyway. So when you are in store, you can take a photo of any product and ask questions about it. It's gonna answer
Right.
you anything
Okay.
about health and maybe about substitutes. Like I wanted to buy mascarpone cheese. There is none of it at the store. What should I buy then? It's
Right.
something that's gonna tell you what you do. And after once you have your 20, 30 products laid out on a table, you can take a photo and ask, okay, what should I cook with it? Or you can ask and it's gonna suggest recipes which you can then refine and ask again. And especially this recipe feature. This is something that our user have given us a ton of great feedback on. We are the top-rated shopping list app, and we care a lot about this user feedback. So I believe that our future lies in not being just a simple utility tool, but being like present with grocery shoppers before
Yeah. Yeah.
before
It's a
they shop,
brilliant,
while in store, and
brilliant.
after they've brought the
Yeah.
products home.
I mean, I can see it's a brilliant idea. I mean, I totally get that. I mean, I always think shopping's a bit of a pain in the neck, and what you're doing is making it easy. And it seems to me it'd be a good rule of thumb. If you want people to do things well, make it easy for them. So it seems to me it'd be a great idea. Let me ask you about the data piece. So you've talked about that you've introduced a lot of AI into it recently. Presumably, this creates vast quantities of data about people's shopping habits. What do they buy? Why do they buy it? How often do they, and so on. I mean, how does that data get used? Is that data shared with supermarkets, perhaps, or is it a feedback loop to the
No,
customer? I
no.
mean, how does the data piece work? Because that will both interest people and worry people, I suspect. I mean, just talk us through that.
Yeah. It's it's used in both ways. So one way we're using it is that any kind of AI feature there is in Listonic, um, it feeds on data. So for us to know that if you have, for example, is it a rocket? Is this the type of herb rocket? Yeah, that you use
Yeah,
on
yeah,
pizza or
yeah, the
something.
green stuff.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether they have the proper English name for it,
Yeah,
but like
rocket.
a,
Yeah.
uh rocket. Yeah. So if you have like a rocket on your shopping list, it may suggest that maybe you might want to add some plum tomatoes or olive oil because these products usually get bought together.
Okay.
So and it learns those connections between products. Then it analyzes your shopping history, so we can suggest you products you want to buy before you. There is this moment everyone pretty much more or less feels. I've talked about it, like when you're standing in front of the fridge or somewhere in the kitchen, somewhere in the living room, thinking, okay, what should I buy? Am I missing something important? You know what I mean? That everyone has
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
experience, and it's not that much of a problem, but it's a bit of an annoyance. So 70% of products you buy are recurring purchases. I mean the FMCG products, the fast moving supermarket products. So based on your shopping history, it analyzes, it knows which products are more likely to be uh, bought every week and which ones you buy every 3 months. Like aluminum foil doesn't get put into cart every week. whereas Greek yogurt a lot of times is being put. So we analyze it and make sure that it gives value to the user. And then there is the second layer that's related with business, because as I've mentioned in the very beginning, Listonic is a free application, but Listonic has to. Well, we have I think it's 40 people at the company right now, and we need to pay salaries. So there is advertising inside this application, and we use it to target our ads.
Right.
So
I
this is
get
a
that.
great marketing
Yeah.
story, actually, because we go, for example, to Procter and Gamble and say, we know who wants, we know who wants to buy certain type of cereal this week, and we can show advertisement for this brand to somebody who's actually a meter away from purchase decision, as they are going through the breakfast
Okay.
section in the
I get
supermarket.
it.
That's
Yeah.
that's uh, that's how we that's how
So it's
we earn money.
a powerful advertising tool.
Yes, yes, yes. And but then, to put another spin on it, there is this really growing part of our business. It's still not a big part of how we earn money, but there is a premium version of Listoni where a user can pay, like in pretty much most apps nowadays. You can pay a monthly subscription, and there is zero advertising and some tiny features that make your shopping a little bit faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And
so
so I get the product. I get why it's valuable. I can see what you're trying to do. What would you say is the crux challenge that you're going to have to overcome to get to your goal? I mean, what's the big thing that stands in your way? I mean, you've made a lot of progress. Presumably, you've got still got quite stuff to do.
mm, first thing I'm thinking about is actually our. But I think we're over it now. But I think that the big problem me and my team used to have is that we have too much technical background. And at some point, we were focused too much on to making it, the best product, meaning the top features, the best architecture, and so on. But nowadays, the biggest challenge, not only for us, but for anyone in the mobile app space, even more in the digital product space, is distribution,
Hmm.
because the cost of developing software has inflated. Is the proper way of
Oh, I
saying
think
it?
it's fallen.
Yeah, it's fallen. Yeah,
Fallen.
yeah, it's fallen. Yeah, exactly. The cost has fallen so much with the really really smart AI and like very tiny teams being able to ship products, that it's super easy to clone products, to build extra features into products, but there is only this many users who can use the product. So the cost of distribution has risen a lot, and that's why we believe that we need to really care about the product quality. And then I'll come back to the initial idea I've mentioned, that me and my friends as this initial team, free computer programmers, we definitely over-engineered the product. And
Right.
like if you think about it's not only us. Like the whole tech community is like, it's filled with graveyards of apps
Yeah.
that are technically flawless, but are but are useless.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
that we've made a
absolutely right.
useless
Yeah.
product, but now we know that for us to win, and and this is also helping a lot in the distribution, because the way the product is rated, the way that people are like in a word of mouth recommending the product, and this really works for us. uh, you have to surprise the user, but not with your like, this is the smartest AI assistant. You have to surprise them in a real world scenario, that someone is preparing for the shopping, and we will suggest, do you want to have a few healthy snacks for your kids? Suggestions. and they say, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's what I might need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you know,
about it's about the
this is.
it's about the importance to the user, not just how technically good it is, isn't it? Let me ask
Yeah,
you
we
about
definitely.
let me ask you about building a business. I mean, you like you know you talked about how you started out doing a computer science degree, and now you're building quite a what will probably become quite a significant big business in due course. I mean, how do you feel about the process of building a business? I mean, do you enjoy it? Do you find it challenging? I mean, is it interesting? I mean, how do you feel about that? Because it's not what you're not where you
Mhm, mhm,
started,
mhm.
are you?
Oh, we come back to the topic of passion. Like when you're young, you're being taught that you have to follow your passion. You know what I mean? Like this is like everyone has heard about it. And my story, and I believe that this is more of a universal truth than this "follow your passion" slogan, is that like the passion is not like the input for your life. That I have a passion and I'm gonna do it. It's more of an output of what you're working on, and
Hmm.
this is my story. So we did when we started, this IT career. We didn't want to develop a passion for shopping lists, but because we were so competent in developing this product, we really found the passion. Like if you're really good at something, you develop passion for it,
Yeah.
and it's just the other way around the way things are. And I believe that when someone is like trying to think about what to do with your life, just don't think about what you really like doing. Think about what you could be good at.
Hmm.
There is a difference,
Yeah.
because
And
everyone,
are you
not everyone, but a lot
saying
of people would like to. Yeah.
yeah, are you saying that you're passionate about shopping, or are you saying you're passionate about building a business, or is it a bit of both?
Mm. I am passionate about building a business, but I'm even more passionate about building a product that's gonna help like regular
Right.
families do
Yeah.
this unglamorous thing of grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I'm really uh you've mentioned a few minutes before something about that we hate grocery shopping, something like the grocery is something that people don't really like doing. And usually when I like on X, my kind of little description is I'm trying to make grocery shopping suck less, because not too many people really enjoy it, and I believe with technology we can make this problem that much easier. And I have a passion for it. Yeah, definitely. I do like growing a business, growing an organization, processes around it. But where I found the most passion is in making sure that the product we're building is really state of the art, the top shopping list app. Not only shopping, like grocery app there is.
Yeah, I get that. And what about one of the interesting challenges around building a business is the people stuff. I mean, if you can get great people on
Mm.
board, you're halfway there, but it's very difficult to get a decent sized team that's full of the right people. I mean, what's your sort of experience of getting the right people on the bus, if you see what I mean?
Yeah, there is this another quote that hire A players, which sounds great, but it's not really practical advice, because
How do you know they're A players?
it's not how life works. You don't really get a choice of top players with every kind of moment in your company. So this has been a hard lesson, and I still feel I have a lot of room for improvement. But um, if I'm trying to build a team, when I'm building a team, I really focus on people being problem owners, not really, task followers. People who just want to have a list of tickets done by 5 p.m. We really want to, and this is like a key. one of the key parameters when we are hiring people,
Mm.
like test if this is someone who will own the problem.
But let me ask you about that piece, right? I mean, most entrepreneurs I talk to would say that building a business is like a roller coaster. There are good days, there are bad days, there's everything in between. And part of that is because sometimes you have really difficult problems to solve, sometimes you're successful, sometimes you aren't. I mean, it's hard, it's a tough gig. It's also tough for the staff. In a big company, there's lots of spare people. In a small company, there's no spare people. You haven't got any spare capacity. So that means it's
Mm.
also quite hard on your people. And solving problems inevitably means that sometimes you get it right, but sometimes you get it wrong, which is tough emotionally. Not getting it right is hard for people. So, what's your thinking about how you build the resilience of your people so that they can keep resilience is about the ability to bounce back after
Yeah,
things
yeah,
go
yeah.
wrong. It's about the ability to solve problems. It's about the ability to figure out new ways forward. How do you build the resilience in your people that's necessary?
You have to give permission to fail, and you have to do it not by talking, but by really showing that someone has failed, and it's okay because we knew that at this very moment the decision was right, that the person was really committed to delivering the stuff, and sometimes, a lot of times, stuff doesn't work as we intended to, and you have to really show it that this is the company's culture, not just a slogan.
So, tell me, what kind of
Another
mistakes have
thing,
you made?
me, oh man. Um, well, the big one was definitely over engineering, but
Yeah,
I've talked a lot about it.
yeah.
And then prioritizing maybe quality over speed, and that's part of my perfectionism, which I think that a lot of my bad habits around it are gone, but it's still not a complete job. So fortunately, I have a great co-founder who's all about speed over perfection, and the team who's helping me, in making sure that it doesn't have to be my way. That can be, that's I'm really honest with you. So uh, definitely this thing of prioritizing speed, and this how do you say it? That something is good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that,
yeah,
that something is good enough. Let's put it out there. Let's test it because it's like a new feature in front of 5,000 users is just I mean, like real users. It's even if it's unpolished, even if it's not really the way I or someone has thought it could be done, it
yeah,
still teaches us way more than
yeah.
thousand internal design reviews and so on. So this is the big one for me, and it's I'm really thankful that I have a great team around,
Yeah.
because if it was just me doing it, I'd be stuck in the perfectionism loop.
Yeah,
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 too
no, I
much.
get that, and I think that's I mean, great advice. Really, I mean, the person, somebody said to me once, you've got to get your product out there while you're still embarrassed about it. If you wait until it's perfect,
Oh yeah,
you know,
a great quote.
yeah,
Great quote. And it's easy to say it, but to ship something where you know that it sucks in some aspect, it's not easy. Not for me.
no, no,
But we've done a lot of that.
yeah. Tell me about decision making. I mean, the other thing that's interesting about the job of the CEO is that you've got
Hmm.
to make decisions. I mean, ultimately, you've got to work out the right way forward, which means you've got to choose to do this, not that. Those are difficult decisions. I mean, what's your I mean, how do you feel about that process?
Mm, What should I tell you? Well, I can talk about that we do tests a lot, but I feel that this is something that probably a lot of people tell, because in technology, like testing and putting stuff in small batches, this is standard. This is not something really insightful. I believe that 2 or 3 years ago, I'm not good with measuring time, but some time ago, we have changed the way our company operates. Is in a way where um, before we used to have like silos in our company, meaning we used to have like a team of designers, a team of Android developers, a team of iOS developers, a team of a marketing team. And now we've shifted from well, there is still a group of Android developers who share knowledge between them, but the way the meetings, the way that the targets and the whole organization is structured it's more focused on output and building independent teams who have certain goals. For example, a team that's focused on app monetization and growing this premium users, cohort, rather than Android developer. No, there is this in many companies. It's that they are like silos where it's great for the employees because I get my stuff shipped from, for example, if I'm a developer, I get my stuff from designers, then I do my stuff and I push it away and it goes into, I don't know, marketing or somewhere else. Whereas, so I don't have to care about all that, all the other stuff. And we really focus on, it was a huge cultural change that
And has it worked?
everyone, yes. It took us a few good months to implement, but the, it was during the time where it was definitely somehow after COVID. There were this 2 or 3 years where everything in technology was growing.
Mm.
And then after that, there was this plateau, or even some stats in technology started dropping. So that was the moment where we realized that this is a great moment for us to somehow redesign the company.
Right.
And I'm really blessed with a team who's open-minded, who believed that we can do it, because the decision wasn't about making their lives more comfortable. It was a lot of discomfort for the team, but it was about the product output.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's
and a lot of communication had to be changed,
yeah.
so that the tasks were not passed down through the pipelines. And uh, mm, yeah, I could talk a lot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you
Should- should-
about
should-
your situation. I mean, have you? I mean, as I was saying earlier, I mean, my perception is that building a business is quite a tough gig. Have you ever felt that building the business has kind of outstripped your expertise? And I mean, how did that feel?
Oh, of course. I feel more like a generalist than somebody who knows any specific niche like really, really well. I used to have a great passion for user experience, and I believe that I have a team of people who are better at it than me. And I believe that in many ways, in many areas, I just can't. It's not my role in the company to be the top dog, the smartest guy. I have to be the great communicator. I have to be someone who's getting right people in, with aligning them with the right targets, right ownership. Um, I don't feel that I'm really great at it, but the feeling you've mentioned that I have to lose some of my but maybe give up on progressing in some of my niche competence. It's very real. Not only that, there is AI, which also makes you think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there is this inflation of your own skills. That okay, oh, I would have never ever written this piece of I don't know UX writing this well, and I feel I could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now anyone can do it. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this is a very trivial example
Yeah. But it's a
of
big
so many
change.
areas
It's a big change, isn't it?
where
It's a
there is
big
this
change.
skill inflation going on, and everyone feels it. And in technology, I don't believe that maybe even those top 1% of super AI, people who can really have multiple levels of workflows with agents, uh, they still in some aspects may feel their skill inflate.
Yeah. So let me ask you about what you've learned from the experience. I mean, what have you learned about building businesses? I mean, what would you say is the most important thing you've learned?
I don't know, like. Mm, I feel that the one lesson where I believe that this is very important in any company I'm gonna be building up in the future is gonna have this as the kind of a um, mm, core part of the culture is that that the whole product, the code is just means, not the end. That you
Right.
have to really push not only like product people but engineers, marketing people,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyone to make sure to go to be as close as they can to the user, to the actual data, and find the truth in that, and then forget about any kind of preconceived ideas we have that the product should do or should work. That's one thing. And I believe that this is something that's deeply rooted in me. I have several times like big realizations around this, and I'm 100% sure that I know how to do it. But the thing that I still aspire to be really good at, and I believe is equally, if not more important, is the speed over perfection thing. That I'm still in the process. It's still not that easy for me to
Yeah.
forget about the
I
final
don't.
touches, and
I don't think you're the only one. I mean, I think a lot of people
yeah.
struggle with that because it's a difficult issue. Let me ask you a couple of questions before we wind up. So, if you were to go back to the beginning and you were to start again, what do you think you
Mhm.
could do differently as a result?
Mm, it's the speed. Because in technology, there is this thing in technology that you get rewarded with um, with interest of users, of the press, of media in general. If you do something that's on the bleeding edge, that's very fresh. For example, when there were smartwatches being a hot new thing, when Apple released Apple Watch, and Google followed up. We've waited for a year or two to we thought that we had more important tasks at our hand.
Mm.
But then after the time passes, then it gets treated as, yeah, there are smartwatches. Unless you're doing something really breathtaking, we're not going to be interested in that. So whenever the new wave of technology comes, there is this window of opportunity for you to jump into it and have a
Wow.
lot of media attention around that. And I believe that in a few moments we have missed the mark. and we were either too late or we didn't do enough. And well, on the other hand, we were focused on to building the core product as well. So if I were to live again, I would definitely jump on a few more waves, you
Right.
know,
Okay.
but not all of them. You know, you
Yeah.
have
I
to have
think.
your core product, you know, running well, no matter what kind of wave is around
Yeah, I
you.
think. I think your basic point is you have to make judgments, but you're absolutely right. You've got to try and ride the waves when you can catch them. If they come your way. Let me ask you a similar question, but in a slightly different way. If you were to give a piece of advice to a rookie CEO, perhaps starting out on a journey like yours, I mean, what would your number one piece of advice be?
Mm, Rookie CEO starting off with a kind of a fresh company. Um, Hire, be involved in hiring for most of the time. Everyone everyone there is the new people coming into the company. You have to be present. You have to know what kind of culture you're building. Um, and think a lot about this ownership thing. Like, don't be too narrow with that. Okay, you have to worry about this little piece of the system. Make sure that the ownership is a little bit bigger than it might seem,
Mhm.
because people have this tendency to good people will outgrow your expectations, and the too small ownership may be somehow not motivating enough. And setting up ownership in a proper way will make your company run without you being present in many of
Right.
those, without you,
So it's about
how do you say
incentivizing
it,
people. You're talking about incentivizing
interrupting
people.
people. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Incentivizing and making sure that people are that they know that what parts of the systems are their responsibility, and no matter what happens, this is their responsibility, not just a list of checked off tasks,
Yeah. Yeah. Philip, good advice, I
like the
think, to end
ultimate
there.
ownership.
A great piece of advice
Sorry.
there. A great piece of advice to end with. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for making a bit of time to talk about what you're doing. And I mean, I've no doubt it will be a big success. Well, it's already a success, but I'm absolutely sure it will be a great big success. And I look forward to hearing about your success in the future.
Thank you, Paul, for taking the time. Thank you, Paul, for having me, and I really really enjoyed this conversation. I've been like in my own cave for the last few good years, and it's the first interview I'm giving, and I'm really excited. I like how it went. I really like your questions. I think we have good flow. I really liked it.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you.
Good. It was good to talk to you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.